Here we go then, it's race number 2 of season 2 of the Forza Jackson Racing team. We got asked who will be our rival this season. Let me tell you, it won't be Hamilton or Russell. We passed on both of them. You can see here in the vehicle performance comparison, we got second from the bottom. Do some upgrades to the powertrain unit though. Hopefully that will take us further in front when these upgrades are done. We rank quite nicely in the powertrain. Just look at the driver's standings. It's no points for the team just as of yet at Bahrain, but great promise shown by Jenson Button, who did finish P11 just outside the points. As we head over to the second race of the season, it is Saudi Arabia. A very fast circuit. Corners which keep the foot down for as we prepare to go into qualifying. So let's see how that went for us at a track that we quite like. Q1 we scrape through in P15 in front of Kevin Magnussen and Haas and Jenson Button in P11 there, but 131.2. That's very competitive for us. In Q2 we was knocked out unfortunately by a smidgen to Sebastian Vettel. Jenson Button goes through into Q3 as we get ready to start the race.
We're here today on the shores of the Red Sea in the lower Hijaz Mountains to visit one of the newest circuits on the Formula One calendar. We're in Jeddah, home to what we all hope is going to be a thrilling Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. So let's take a look at the topographical map of the Jeddah Street Circuit. As you can see, a number of challenging corners for the drivers to master here. We'll see just how much the teams have benefited from their time spent in practice this weekend. And like many street circuits, this track has the potential to punish drivers that get it wrong. Let's hope we avoid any safety cars today. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Lando Norris put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And P2 goes to Daniel Ricciardo, a strong showing from the Australian. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Russell, Max Verstappen and Leclerc, Fernando Alonso, Sainz, Button and Sebastian Vettel, Jackson, Joe.
Well, here we go then. It is race number 2 and we're about to start 13 laps. The Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, 20 minutes projected to finish this as we do some burnouts on the grid here to get inside temperatures nice and warm.
Superb parking there, mate.
Let's get the 5 lights on the board as we get the revs going and away we go. Let's see, looks like a slow start from everybody to be honest. Lando Norris qualified P1 here, so he's in the lead from Lewis Hamilton, Daniel Ricciardo. We gained some places here going round the outside. We got pushed off the track there. We'll keep a couple of them places as we moved our way up to P7. Fernando Alonso in the Red Bull tries to go round on the inside. He actually clips the wall there. Fernando Alonso, that was a poor judgment from him. Navigating that car, and he just tried to squeeze it too much. We run a little bit wide there, carrying too much speed. Fernando Alonso will chase us here. DRS opens up on this section of the track in a couple of laps time. We brake late into that corner. Fernando thought he had a little chance of sneaking in there, but he doesn't. Jenson Button just behind Fernando in P9. Only on lap 1, but this is showing good signs to the team. Max Verstappen down in P6 there, you can see as well, there is 2 seconds up the road from us. I think the Red Bulls will struggle this year after seeing the performance stats for that powertrain. McLaren and Mercedes have dominated race 1, and as you can see, not in this graphic, but they are P1 to 4 for McLaren and the Mercedes so far. As our engineer gives us the G up to just focus. Fernando Alonso tries it. We leave him the space. It was tight. And hopefully Jenson can get a slipstream on him as Fernando goes past us. We're having to use the battery now to claw back some of that time. Side by side going into this corner. Who breaks later? We give him some room. But we had the better corner there. And we'll take back that position. Max Verstappen's pulled another half a second out in front to us. Jensen and Fernando now might just get a little bit closer than what they have been. They just navigate these corners not too well there, off the track. Yellow flag coming up here. Only lap 2 we've got a yellow flag. I wonder what's going on here. Yellow flag. We'll have to ease off the throttle as a safety precaution. What's happened? Who's slowed down here? It's George Russell. Oh, I see some smoke come out the back of that car then. And there we go, confirmed. George Russell retires from the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix on lap 2. Let's have a quick look what's happened there. As George comes round the hairpin, he's slow it looks like. What's happened? He's pulled over to the side. Oh, engine's gone. Big puff of smoke out the back there, and the engine has failed in the Mercedes, just as I was praising the Mercedes. Being the strongest engine this year, they've actually dropped out of this race, and that puts Charles Leclerc up to 4th, Verstappen to 5th. Look at this, Jensen Button tries it, our teammate tries it up the inside. He actually gets away with this. He's in front. We'll get a slipstream and DRS, so we'll take that place back very easily. Look at this. DRS very powerful on this track. We'll give Jensen some room up the inside. We'll take that place back. The DRS helps us out massively there. Max Verstappen now 6.7 seconds in front on lap 4. Jensen Button, our teammate's going to try it. We'll defend this as all we can. Jensen just slides on past us. Will we throw a late one into the last corner here? We do. Look at this. It's a sandwich between Ocon, Button and us. As you see, some people go into the pits now. So Jensen goes into the pits. So we won't be battling him, but we are still battling Esteban Ocon here into the first corner. Ocon's got the inside line. We just go later and deeper into the braking zone there to take back P6. Ocon going to throw a challenge up to us again. Squeezed him, but he does get past. But if we can just stay close within him, we'll get DRS in this section of the track. Looks like Ocon's gone. Already in front. We just can't keep up with him, unfortunately, as we dive into the pits. Ocon got there before us. Optimal turning, so we'll have a quick pit stop hopefully. Let's see what the team can do. He's gone to medium tyres, 2.3 seconds. Let's see what traffic do we come out of here. So there's Jensen in front of us, our teammate. We've come out behind Carlos Sainz here. Cold tyres for us. Oh, we looked to go down the inside then. Was not on for us. Carlos Sainz skips away in the Ferrari-powered car. Let's just navigate these corners with colder tyres. We won't get DRS. So lap 6 now. Ocon resuming the battle that we was having before the pit stop. We go up the inside here. Oh, just touched the wall there. It actually runs us wide. Look, there's no contact with Esteban. There's a squeeze Esteban. Look how close we get there. We get DRS, so we'll zip in front. Oh, but Esteban must be using some ERS here, using his electrical recovery system. Ooh, that corner was a bit of a narrow one for us, but we take the place back from Esteban as we resume this fight yet again on lap 7. Going into lap 8 now. Oh, throw up inside. Oh! Wheel to wheel. We should have backed out of that. That was unsportsmanlike of us, but we've thrown it down the inside. Wheel to wheel racing again between Esteban Ocon and ourselves. Now we have to catch Jensen. We run wide there. Jensen Button 2 seconds in front. On lap 9, Fernando Alonso wants to get involved in the party in the Red Bull. An interesting move for Fernando Alonso at this stage in his career. Oh, switch on the inside. We've caught Fernando off guard there. Fernando, known as the wily old fox in the racing world, was he just caught off guard there? Thought he was going to continue down the outside, and we switched onto the inside before he could get his car turned. Great shots here of the high-speed corners. As after the pit stops, we pulled ourselves to P8, Jensen in P7. We are 3.5 seconds behind Jensen, who's had a really clean race. Jensen only half a second to Carlos Sainz as well, so he could actually push on. For extra points is Fernando Alonso and Esteban Ocon. Trade places. So we're coming to the end of our race here. Coming towards the end of lap 12. It's Pierre Gasly who now wants to throw down a challenge to us. He'll have DRS here. We go into this final corner and we're about to start the last lap of the race. We've got Esteban Ocon, Pierre Gasly, Sebastian Vettel, even Lance Stroll. All could be involved in this final lap. As we tangle with Ocon, but we take the place back. Ocon will have DRS. And we just used our late braking confidence in the car in that corner. Ocon will have another go at the DRS coming up now. Here we go. What will Ocon be able to do? So we shadily take a little bit extra of that corner, not necessarily take it legally. Jensen 10 seconds up in front, and that just goes to show you the battle that has been had from the P8 to P12 position. Cars constantly defending against each other, not able to just fly away. The DRS is ever so powerful around this track, but because of Ocon and Gasly just having a little scrap beforehand, we've managed to get half a second out as Lando Norris crosses the line for the race win and sets the fastest lap. Absolutely brilliant from Lando there in the McLaren. Look at this aerial shot. Look at the cars behind. 2, 4, 6 cars, all within touching distance. As we go around the final corner, Pierre Gasly gets past Esteban Ocon. We'll use our remaining battery pack here. Just hopefully keep. As we look at this round the final corner, Gasly and Ocon were so close. We flipped the battery on here. DRS as well we got just because we was behind Gasly going into that final corner. We took the line.
They've delivered an outstanding performance today and under intense pressure to take a well-earned victory at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Well, this was a real team victory. They put together a solid strategy today that appeared well suited to the conditions out on track.
Look at that, they're making their way out onto the podium now. Great race from the McLaren team, and I'm very happy to see them there on that top step of the podium. This result has had on the driver's standings. Well, not the result our points leader would have wanted, but it certainly makes things interesting going forward. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
Difficult call, but I'd like to say Esteban Ocon. He's just so gifted at getting the most out of his tyres